They told my sister she was being dramatic, that she was overreacting, that she just needed to calm down. She was sitting in a hospital waiting room, holding her stomach, trying not to cry, and the nurse standing in front of her rolled her eyes. That was the moment. I stepped in. Not loudly, not angrily, but firmly. And what happened next changed how that hospital treated her and how I understand silence forever. Let me start from the beginning. My sister's name is Aisha. She has always been the kind of person who apologizes, even when she's the one hurting. She doesn't complain. She doesn't demand attention. She doesn't want to be a problem. Growing up, she was the one who stayed quiet, so others could be comfortable. The one who smiled through pain, so no one would worry. So when she called me late that night and told me something felt wrong, I knew it wasn't nothing, because Aisha doesn't exaggerate, she minimizes. We arrived at the emergency room after midnight. The place felt cold, not just the temperature, but the atmosphere. Bright fluorescent lights, hard plastic chairs, that familiar feeling of being small in a place where everyone else has the authority. She sat beside me, leaning forward, one arm wrapped around her stomach. Her face was pale, her breathing shallow. I kept asking if she was okay. She kept saying, "I'm fine. It's probably nothing." But her hands were shaking, and that scared me. At the front desk, the nurse barely looked up. "Take a seat," she said. "We'll call her name." No questions, no concern, just procedure. 30 minutes passed, then 45, then an hour. Aisha started sweating. Her lips went dry. Her eyes kept closing, like she was trying to escape her body. I went back to the desk. "She's in a lot of pain," I said calmly. The nurse sighed. "She's stable," she replied. "Some people just have a low pain tolerance." I felt something twist in my chest. Not anger yet, disbelief. I looked back at my sister and saw her flinch. Not from the pain, but from being dismissed. Another hour passed. A different nurse came by. She glanced at the chart, barely slowed her steps. "She's young," she said. "She'll be fine." And that's when Aisha leaned toward me and whispered something I will never forget. "Maybe I'm wasting their time." That sentence broke something in me, because pain doesn't disappear just because someone refuses to take it seriously. And self-doubt is often taught by authority. I stood up, slowly. I walked back to the desk and asked a simple question. "Who is responsible for her care tonight?" The nurse looked annoyed. "I am." "Then I would like to speak with the attending physician," I said. She frowned. "They're very busy." "So are we," I replied. "And this matters more." The doctor arrived a few minutes later, professional, rushed, already half turned toward the hallway. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse. I said, "She's been in severe pain for over 2 hours. She's been dismissed, and she's starting to believe that she doesn't deserve help." The doctor stopped. Actually stopped. For the first time that night, someone looked at her. Not the chart. Her. Tests were ordered. Scans. Blood work. And suddenly, the room changed. The pace changed. The tone changed. The assumptions disappeared. An hour later, the doctor came back. Serious. Quiet. "She needs surgery," he said. Immediately. Her appendix was close to rupturing. Another delay, and we would be having a very different conversation. As they wheeled her toward the operating room, the nurse avoided my eyes. Later, she apologized, not because she wanted to, because she had to. Notes were filed, policies reviewed, and my sister was treated differently. Better, like she mattered. After the surgery, Aisha squeezed my hand. "I'm glad you were there," she said. I almost told them I was okay, even though I wasn't. That's when I realized something. In places like that, silence is dangerous. Politeness can be mistaken for weakness. And dignity sometimes needs defending. I'm not telling this story to attack doctors or nurses. Most of them care deeply. I'm telling it because systems can forget the human being in front of them. And when that happens, someone has to speak. Someone has to step in. Calmly, clearly, without apology. If you're ever in a room where someone's pain is minimized, their voice ignored, their worth quietly questioned. Don't assume it's not your place. Sometimes, speaking up softly is enough to change everything. Sometimes, that is what justice looks like. They told my sister she was being dramatic. They were wrong. And because someone spoke up, she's here today. Because dignity, defended, can change everything.